Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Doing it. Soul Sisters podcast.
Just 'cause you can think straight doesn't mean you put it on hold. I haven't even
My back is tweaking a little bit for the first time in my whole life. So if at some point in this chat I like stop moving, it's fine.
We see you spasm. We'll understand.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I don't think it's gonna spasm. I might just become a statue
Okay.
in my body, but my
But can
voice
you
will continue.
You can still talk.
I can still talk.
Okay.
Your smile will turn into a grimace.
I'm just slowly gonna like dip out and like roll away on the floor, but you guys just continue without me. You
Man,
got
does that
this.
just start happening? Back problems?
Yeah, I'm
like,
about to turn. I'm not saying, but old age is approaching.
Yes, I'm worried. I had scoliosis when I was younger.
Oh,
so
did you?
I'm like super
did?
scared.
Did you have
Yeah.
it bad? Like surgery?
I don't know. No. I had to
Okay.
wear like a brace for a while, but
Oh yeah.
Man.
it's still like bent, and like I think it stopped curving, but
Yeah.
I barely wore my brace, so I feel like
Yeah,
when
I
get
had it,
older,
but I
it's gonna
didn't treat it at all. So yeah, and then like I was making out with someone last year, and they were like feeling my back. Oh, your spine is curvy.
your spine is kind of whack.
Yeah. I was like, shut
Whoa.
up.
Is
Really
that like
killed
what
the
they
moment.
find? Like, yeah,
Such a weird
really
thing to
sexy.
say.
Yeah.
They like found it in elementary school or something. They're like, oh, you should wear a brace. Like what?
I think it was in middle school. They would
That's
make
so
you
crazy.
do this test where you had to put your hands like this
Yeah.
and then bend over.
I
and
remember.
they would, oh,
Yeah.
what are you asking?
No, I'm just asking like if that's how it was discovered. Like,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
like
It's so
in
bad, and you
school
like
and
watch
then-
informational videos on it, and you're like, well, this will never happen to me. And then I was
Right.
like the one kid that had it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. And I was a hypochondriac bad when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So I thought that meant surely
end
I
for
wasn't
you.
going to make it to 15.
Scoliosis.
And
Yeah.
then Romy and Michelle's came out, and it was
Oh,
like
that's
glorifying
right.
that, right? Isn't that like
Yeah.
the big scoliosis?
Who
Like
has it?
Phoebe, what's her name? Lisa Kudrow.
She
No?
does?
No, in the movie. In
I've
Michelle's
never seen a movie
Screen.
with
Oh
Phoebe
my
in it.
God.
Oh my god!
I'm just an avid Friends watcher.
yeah.
That's all the Phoebe that you need.
Yeah.
So was that like a formative time for you? Were you like an angsty, like emo, like
Always.
I have scoliosis?
Kind of. I didn't really know what was going on, so I was just like, oh, I wear this back brace now. I was like heavily medicated as a child, so
For what?
for like it was like ADHD and like
Oh,
depression
really?
and anxiety, but then like counteracting pills to like it's
Ooh.
like bedtime now. So
Yeah.
a lot of high school and middle school is like kind of a blur in
Yeah.
that sense.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
So I think they're just like, wear this brace. It was very uncomfortable. It was very uncomfortable. That's like the prime age when like you like start having fashion and like everyone's like wearing super tight stuff, and I was like, I have a back brace. I wore
Was it under your
It was
clothes?
under, but like it was still like looked kind of weird.
Yeah. Wait, how old are you?
Like 7th grade, so like 12.
Man, that's
fucking
so
rough.
rough.
Yeah, that's like the worst time.
Damn.
Like,
Yeah,
have
I
to
had
wear
like
something
headgear,
that.
and I was like, "This is
Oh,
my
no.
nightmare."
Yeah.
Like, I'm not leaving the room.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. Where'd you grow up?
Concord, Massachusetts.
Okay. So were you writing at that time? Were you like a diary, journal kind of kid?
No, leading back to scoliosis, I wanted to be like a basketball star. And then I got scoliosis and I stopped growing. I was like, oh.
So you were really
Short
good.
basketball stars.
I mean, I was like, like the shortest point guard's like 5'7", and I was like, okay. I mean, maybe I was good. I don't know. It's a small town.
You should dust that skill back off.
yeah, like if you feel confident to get on the court, that's like
I know. I should
like
try
a
it
major
again.
hurdle.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's why that time of life is so devastating, because you go into middle school with the confidence of a young child who thinks they can do anything. And then when everyone tells you that you're terrible,
Smashed.
like
You're
all
like,
your
actually,
friends
you're
like
losers.
bully
Smashed,
you.
yeah.
You're like falling from very great heights.
Yeah. Volleyball was really the downfall for me. I mean, I think
Really?
like if you're not a sports kid and then like you're in a public school and everyone's like, get it, and you're just
Yeah,
like, oh, why?
Yeah.
totally.
And you're the music nerd or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was tall, so people always thought I could play basketball. So I finally tried in 8th grade. I was on the team. Didn't score a single basket the entire season.
Wow.
Not one. I mean,
It's
that.
impressive.
Yeah,
you cry?
right?
I would
Like,
make-
how do
that
you
would make
even
me
do
really
that?
sad. Yeah, it's hard.
No, I just like really sublimated it. Like, still haven't dealt with the shame. Starting to feel it right now. First time. It's
okay.
palpable.
It's okay.
Anyway, but here we are. We all made it. We survived.
Yes.
You're thriving.
Somehow, yeah.
Thriving.
You're like wearing your heart on your sleeve, and your music is just all out there.
Thank you.
How does it feel? So like you have this EP out and it's about a breakup and you're very vocal about how it was about a breakup, a lot of the songs. And do you have a moment after talking about it where you're like, ooh, that's a very vulnerable thing that now people are going to keep asking me about like right now?
Not really.
Yeah.
I mean, it was such a weird, like horrible one that it was just like, I don't even know what I can say at this point. It was just like, I didn't think it was weird at all, but I think it, like the amount of people that have come like been like, oh, it's helping me and stuff. So I don't really think about it as being vulnerable. It's just like, oh, this is a thing that happened. I'm always like pretty vocal about just like the way things are. And I'm like, oh, this is something that happened. Maybe that's kind of weird to like be detached from it, but like.
No, I mean, that's good. Over time, I imagine that would happen. And also it's cool because you can listen and zero in on the lyrics, or you could just vibe out to the music. Which is cool. Like I've listened to it a bunch and I'm like, sometimes I like tune in my brain in that way, and sometimes I'm just like grooving. And so I think it's not one of those songs where it's your vocals aren't so like, here is my life story, you know? Which is helpful for you probably.
Yeah, sonically it's not like wallowing music.
Right.
Yeah. So it does have that like versatility to it. Yeah. But I am interested in the process of writing your heartbreak, because I've actually been thinking about this for something else that I'm working on. Like, at what point is it wallowing and prolonging pain? And then at what point is it turning the corner?
Or purging the pain.
Right, and purging it, and becomes a way to release it, you know?
I think the whole time it was kind of a way to release it. Because it was like the only thing that was making me happy at that point. Was like, but also I had never like... never made music, but I hadn't like written in like 10 years. I'd completely given that up. I didn't really have any like longing to do that at all. So when I started doing it, it was like the coolest thing ever. I was like, oh my God, I like made this last night. Like this didn't exist last night.
What would be
like, a lot of kids like when they're like 16 are like, oh my God, cool, I recorded something. Like I was having that like at like 28, like whoa, like sending around like that was last night. I mean, it didn't sound that great because it was like a demo, but that was like the only thing. I had never done anything like that before, so it was just exciting for me.
But what would come? Like you studied music, you did production mostly in college?
I did like production engineering and business.
Okay. So when this started pouring out of you, was it the beat first or the lyrics, or like what was the process?
It was usually like it usually started with a guitar lick, which most of like you can kind of hear in the song. It's always like this little guitar thing that repeats that's like syncopated or like whatever. And I would do that and be like, oh, that's cool. And then I joke that, like, I can't record to a click track, but I need to because, like, I have to, like, loop everything because, like, it's hard for me to play instruments. So, like, I just, like, loop everything a lot because the ideas come really fast and I want to get them down as fast as possible. So instead of doing that, I would just have... And then by the time I finished the song, I was like, oh, I'm just going to keep that. Because I got so used to it and, like, nothing else really made sense. So it would always start with that. And... I don't know. It usually at the EP, like all just like kind of came at once. It's like I would go home, like fumble around on a guitar, record something, and then have an idea for a melody, and go out and like have a cigarette and like write a verse, and then come back in and record it
in your apartment.
Yeah,
because you were feeling these things. You were literally going through a breakup, and that's how you dealt with it.
Yeah.
So therefore, do you think that you write better when you're unhappy?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, happy songs just are so cheesy for the most part.
Yeah.
In my opinion. I don't know. You can do it.
Well, you could be unhappy and write a happy song.
Yes.
But I wonder if it will turn out better because you're unhappy.
Yeah, maybe.
Like it's fueling you.
Yeah. Well, what would you say? So you went to school for music and then you weren't really doing it for yourself for a while. What was your sort of like identity at that point? Were you saying to yourself, I want to have it come, but it's just not the time? Or were you saying like, I'm going to put this aside? Like, how did you conceive of making music?
I mean, I started like in high school, and mostly because like, I mean, I kind of grew up playing instruments like piano, a little bit of guitar lessons, a little bit of drum lessons, but like all like before high school. And then I went full jock mode and I like started playing basketball and softball and like lacrosse and stuff. And then I don't know, I found Chris Carrabba of Dashboard Confessional and I was like, I'm gonna play acoustic guitar and like be upset. And I did that for a while. Just in high school, and then I mean I didn't start, and then I kind of took a break from it. I started Berklee college of music when I was like 20. I was about to turn 21, which was super lucky because when I got there, I was like, oh, like, I'm the next Hayley Williams. And then, like, within, like, 2 weeks, I was like, no, you're not, like, at all. Like, you're actually not very talented. Like, I don't understand how you got into this college. Like, someone mixed up your application.
Is what you're saying to yourself?
Yeah, but, like, not in a bad way. I was like, okay, so, like, where do you fit now? Like, you like music. You're around a bunch of people you like. I don't think this is a lucrative career. I don't think you're as good. I think these people have way better chances than you. And, they just, like, why put out things that I don't think are good things or, like, have the talent as much as that. So I started talking to, like, one of my roommates about it who was applying for the production engineering major, saying, like, I enjoy writing my own songs, but I really like making all the different parts for it, and, like, you know, the drum parts and bass parts and, like, how it sounds and, like, putting effects on things. And she was like, oh, that sounds like production engineering, but you have to apply to get in. And I had been like can I swear?
Yep. Yeah.
I had been like a fuck up, like, all throughout high school and after then too, before I even went to Berkeley. So it was so appealing. I was like, wait, I have to apply to get in?
Right.
Like, cool, I'll prove everyone wrong and, like, get into this exclusive major. And
what did you have to do?
You had to, like, well, for that, like, the biggest thing is you had to have good grades, which in my opinion was pretty easy at Berkeley. Like, just go to the class and, like, pay attention. If you pay attention and you go to the class, they'll give you a good grade, because a lot of kids don't.
Yeah.
And they don't. Luckily, I found a lot of those, like, prerequisites very interesting, even though I was like, oh, this isn't going to relate to my future at all. But, like, jazz harmony and, like, ear training and, like, reading, like, whatever, like
a chart. Were you good at that?
It's been so long. No, like, well, no, harmony.
You know those words, Star. You can fill in there.
I liked math a lot when I was growing up, and I felt like jazz harmony was very mathematical, which helped me. And then ear training, I would just, like, syncopate it into, like, GarageBand and listen to it on the way to school and back so I could just memorize it. So it was kind of like memorizing lyrics.
Was your goal always to be an artist eventually?
No.
Okay.
I didn't know what my goal was. My goal was to be, like, a producer and engineer.
Okay.
And then I was like, oh, wait, you're a girl. Like, you can't do that. Because, like, or, like, not that, actually. First, I realized studios are closing. Because everyone's recording in their bedrooms and everyone is, and I wanted to move to New York, and I was like, and if they aren't closing, like, you need to go to LA, and I didn't want to go to LA.
But how did you pick up on that? When did that dawn on you?
Like, when my friends were graduating and moving to New York, and I was seeing these studios close, and I was interning at a music studio, and I was like, there is no way to move up, really. Like, the highest you get is, like, assistant engineer, but that's it. And then by the time the other person steps down or, like, dies, like, knock on wood, but, like, then, like, the studio's already going to be closed by then.
Right, but artists are still going to need producers forever.
Right, yeah. I guess I wanted to be more of a mix engineer, like someone in the actual studio. But, so when I realized that, I picked up business, too, just, like, as a side thing. And I was like, well, I'm here anyway. I'm from Boston, so I was like, I'll just go through the summers, too, because what else am I going to do?
So when did you switch in your mind to wanting to be an artist?
Oh, I guess when this breakup happened.
Yeah?
Maybe not even then. Wow. Maybe then. I mean, I had made
Has it happened yet?
I'm not sure. I mean, when that happened and I started recording it and sending it to, like, my friends and stuff, I was like, well, maybe I should put this out. And, but it hadn't dawned on, I didn't dawn on me that, like, it would be this at all.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what do you make of this now, then?
I don't know.
What was your life after Berkeley before, like, the interim before now?
It was about 5 years ago I moved here, and I was interning at a management company as the assistant to these old two record executives that had been in the game for, like, ever. And it was like, it wasn't The Devil Wears Prada, but it was like I was, like, tour managing, like, Wilson Phillips, but then, like, from my apartment, but then also, like, setting up their, like,
Personal stuff.
Yeah, lots of personal stuff, and then business stuff, and, like, doing. I mean, it was the perfect first job because, like, you were dealing with everything. You were dealing with publishing. You were dealing with labels.
Totally.
You were dealing with tour management, breakdowns, all that kind of stuff.
But not always glamorous. That's what you mean by Devil Wears Prada.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. It was just like, it was cool. Yeah, it was cool. But, like, once you, like, after a while, it was like, okay, I think I've grown as much as I can here. There was no way to, like, really move up.
Yeah.
So I went and. Now I work at the Orchard. If any of you guys know what the Orchard is. So I manage independent labels at the Orchard.
Like several?
Yes.
So the Orchard is like an umbrella
They are a music distribution company.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like that's so rare for people to make that jump from like behind the scenes to in front of in any kind of like music or film or whatever it is. And often like people will have dreams of becoming the talent, but you can spend a lot of time working in that field and being like adjacent to the talent, but to actually cross over, like there's no direct route to doing that. Yeah. You really do have to kind of do it on your own at some point. Right. Yeah.
And it sounds stressful because you want to always kind of the proximity to like the people with the gatekeepers are right there in front of you.
Yep. But they don't look at you that way.
Right.
So,
and it gets weird and awkward. And
right.
But I imagine that the knowledge that you've like accrued over these years in the business has been tremendously helpful for you now as an artist.
Yeah.
And I wonder if you feel like you have this unique advantage of like creating this beautiful music that just flows out of you naturally. It's hard for you because it's not, you know, what you're accustomed to, but the business comes easy.
Yeah,
like, do you feel like the business
I've
comes
never
easy?
thought about that. Yeah. I feel like the recording it is the hardest part. And then we'd be like, well, but I'm ready to brand and like how to get it out there and like who should be used for all the different parts of the team. Like, oh, wow.
I mean, that's a lot for many, many artists. That's the hard stuff, you know?
Totally. Is anyone helping you yet or it's still all you?
No, it's not. So this woman that used to work with me at the Orchard left and started her own record label. Well, she used to just sit next to me. And she never knew he was an artist because I really wasn't even making music. And then I went through that breakup and I started sending her stuff, and it's called Rhyme and Reason Records. And she was like, oh my God, I love it. Like, I want to sign it. I want to put it out. And I was very like, this is my thing. Like, I can do it better than anyone else. Like, I know what I'm doing.
I can put it out better than anyone else. Like, I can make this successful.
Yeah, but then you like forget like, oh wait, but you like need money.
Right.
And I had saved stuff.
What do you need money for? I'm being like kind of serious. Like, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
what does the money go to at that stage?
At that stage, I mean, I needed to get it mastered. Question. In general, like it'd be like recording costs, but I didn't have any because I was making in my bedroom. Right. Mixing costs, which were very low. Thanks, Steve. My roommate is a mix engineer. Luckily,
convenient.
Extremely convenient. And he's incredible. And then mastering, and then it's like, okay, well, like how much do you want to do? So it's like, do you want it? You should do publicity. If you want to get a really good one that really gets it, it's probably going to be more expensive. And then, I mean, then in radio, I wanted to do radio, and it got to the point where like she booked me a show. 'Cause she was just like one of my best friends. She booked me a show, and I couldn't like even tell anyone I was playing it. And she's like, "How are you supposed to self-release your album if you can't even tell people that you're playing a show at pianos?" Like, and I was like, "Fine." So,
and that was like your first show.
That was my it was my first show.
At pianos.
Yeah, and I think it was like after that I was like, she remembers us like just like at a bar, and I was like, all right, so like when do you want to put pronoun out? And she was like, are you serious? And I was like, yeah. Like,
you just felt after that first show, you're like, I feel comfortable.
No, it's just like I can't promote myself. It's like my least favorite thing to do. So like, how am I supposed to spend all this money? And I ran out of money too. So
did you play that? I'm sorry.
Well, I just have a quick question about something you just said. I feel like on Twitter, I've seen you refer to pronoun as not just like yourself as the artist, but it's like the entity of that. Like you just said pronoun in a way where I thought you would have said the name of the album. Yeah. The pronoun's the name of it's.
Oh yeah,
it's your name as an artist, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. But do you also see it as like also like an umbrella of your?
It was in the beginning. I mean, it kind of still is now. It's kind of like a joke to me where it's like when I'm sad and like sappy, I'm like being a pronoun. It's like, like woe is me. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't really thought about that before.
Did you play that first show solo? And just like
no, it was with a band.
Okay. Yeah. So because I thought I read somewhere that it was like pronoun is like smashing the idea of needing a band like one lyric at a time because of your production, but I guess that was not an accurate.
It was it's definitely probably the production and stuff. Some people say like one woman band. Like, well, I'm not a one-woman band.
But you do play live with a band.
I play live, yes, with a very much full band. I'm always at shows. I'm like, and I want to thank these guys for literally supporting me because I mess up all the time, and they are incredible. And I am like, don't like moving around, and I feel awkward all the time. And they're all like such pros, and like just making it so much more interesting. So,
well, what do you remember about that first show? Do you remember it being very awkward?
I mean, it was like sold out. Like all my friends came. Okay. All my coworkers came.
So it was a party.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a party. I mean, I was super nervous, but the weirdest thing, because I'd never been on stage before. And I've managed acts before, and I've gone to tons of shows, and all my friends play in bands. Mm-hmm. And when I was up there, I was like, whoa, like I'm never, like, this is where I am now for 25 minutes.
Yeah.
It was kind of peaceful. Like, leading up to it, it was like a mental breakdown. Like,
you didn't, I mean, and going straight to the pianos, like, pianos is legit. Like, you didn't do, like, open mics and just shitty dive bars. Like,
went straight for it.
I mean, bold.
Yeah. I mean, my Emmy books there a lot, the Rhyme and Reason founder, and I had worked also like on the side managing another artist too. So I'd worked with booking agents before on things and like new people, and like I was like, pianos is great because it's like small but not too small, and like even if 30 people come, it looks packed, and the people there are so nice, and the food's really good, and they have $5 market. It's like an ad for pianos right now.
It's okay,
152 Ludlow Street.
But I'm kind of surprised. This is nothing against pianos. I'm surprised that it's still kicking, because so many small venues like that I used to go to, like in the mid-aughts, aren't around anymore.
It's the food, man.
That's the secret.
And the $5 margaritas.
That location, you just walk by. It's like, all right,
and it's the last one
go
there.
to pianos.
It's like, very inviting.
Yeah.
Totally.
Super, super inviting.
So at that show, were you just playing songs off the EP?
Yeah. Okay. I did that, and I did a cover of Crazy by Gnarls Barkley, and I think that was it.
Cool.
Nice.
And I did like a Julian Baker Taking Back Sunday mashup, I think, which I've never done before. But never done since then, which I was drunkenly trying to figure out the other night. But now
I know why you're friends with our friend Joe, because you like all the same bands as
Oh, yes.
Dashboard, Taking Back Sunday. Yeah. Like, I hear these
and
every
we're
day.
from Boston, so
boom.
Major
we understand each other.
Yeah.
He's really pro Boston.
Hi, Joe.
Love you.
Are you writing new stuff now?
Yeah.
Are you gonna keep being an artist? What's happening?
Yeah, I've been working on new stuff for like ever since the EP, but nothing is like done. That came out like so easily. It's weird. It was like working backwards. It was like that came out so quickly, and usually people like are like, I don't know. Writing to me is like you can't just sit down and it comes out every time. And I've never had to deal with that before. So it's like me pushing myself and being like, sit down, like nothing bad will happen if you try to write a song. You just might not write a full song again. Like, it's okay.
What is even sort of, aside from the obvious, like you want to continue as an artist, but what's compelling you to say like, right now I need to do that when you're still, playing this project?
Yeah. Thank you. That's making me feel better.
No, it's true.
I mean, you could answer this. I'm so
still
curious.
Has legs that are
exactly.
growing.
And I'm really curious about your sort of double access or double like understanding of the business and the artistry, because from working as you do, what is the timeline? Why do you need to feel that way right now? Yeah. And it's changing. I don't know if there's an answer. Like if you would say from the business side, yes, there is an answer, or there isn't.
I was thinking like, okay, it's almost been a year now, you need to get new stuff out. But you also live in a bubble. I live in a music industry bubble, business-wise, and then I also live in a bubble that is New York, where it's like, we have played the EP a million times, but we went out on tour, like 2 little mini tours recently, and it did make me realize, like, I was like, I don't need to get, like, this is still new to people.
Right.
Like, there is no rush. And, like, it really depends on, like, the kind of music you're making and what you're doing as a person and as an artist. And, like, after, like, there were fans that came out, like, I will say it again, like, one girl came to Toronto that she was like, thank you for helping me leave my house. I have really bad anxiety, and I haven't come to a show in 5 years. And, like, you helped me leave my apartment, so thank you. It's, like, stuff like that that's, like, there is no rush. Like, people will be there. Like, there's enough of, like, people that really love it that, like, I don't need to put out a shitty new single just to engage them. In fact, like, that would be insulting if someone heard my, like, new shitty single, because then they'd be like, all right, over this. Like, I guess that was an EP thing, so.
Right. And a lot of people are hearing you on Spotify.
Yes.
Do you again, same thing, like from where you sit and in your day work, have an insider perspective on like how that happens? You reach the Spotify top 40, right? Is that a thing?
Wait, what do you mean? Top 40?
Wasn't there like a top 40 list that you were on, or like some playlist that was huge and sort of put you on the...
I mean, I was on New Music Fridays.
Okay.
That like right when the first single came out, which is like, yeah, that's like unheard of.
Do you know how that happened?
It was like, I mean, it had been gearing up for a while, and the only thing I remember is like my coworker who like runs the Spotify, like pitches our releases to Spotify. So the Orchard has like a retail marketing team. So like as I'm on a label on the Orchard, they are pitching.
So you're releases. On the Orchard. So this label that your friend started is part of the Orchard thing. So the Orchard is like...
So they're like involved, yeah, which is like fine now, but at the very beginning was like very crippling for me. Like, I don't know, it made me feel really awkward. So like they were already pitching it, but like there are no what we call marketing drivers because I am a new artist. So like marketing drivers would be like, oh, this is how many fans she has, this is past press, this is the past tour, like blah, blah. Like the only marketing drivers is like, this is what might happen. Like someone's doing publicity, they're doing physical, there's a radio campaign, and like here's the music. But he was at the Spotify offices for like some other act, and the pop guy came up and said, whose pronoun? I really like it. And when I heard that, I was like, oh, maybe we'll look it up on New Music Fridays. But I was like joking. And I woke up that Friday morning and I was like,
surprise.
Oh, no, it was insane.
Merry
it was like
Christmas.
I like rolled over at like 4 a.m. and I was like, oh, I wonder if New Music Fridays is updated, because that's what I do every Friday, because like I also work with labels. So I'm like, oh, I wonder which of my releases got on New Music Fridays.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, don't check it, because if you're on it, it's like 4 a.m. and you're not going to be able to fall back asleep. And then I was like, you're an idiot. Like, you're not going to be on New Music Fridays. It's your first song. And then I checked and it was there, and I was like, oh.
Wow.
And I was just like looking around. I was like, Steve. Like on Facebook chat, like anyone online.
I just got nominated for like an Academy Award. Exactly. I feel like it's like waking up and feeling like, did you see an immediate spike?
I cleaned my room.
Take yourself out for a fancy coffee.
Right.
I mean, definitely, and it like circles over like the next day. So yeah, I mean, New Music Fridays, depending on how high you are on it, like it would be like between like, I would say 30 to like, if you were high up, like 100,000 streams in like a day. That's the big one, and then it trails off towards the end. But no, that was insane. Like that was still very overwhelming. And it sets the bar so high, because I was like, that was like my top goal for my second single. And we have just met it with my first single.
Right.
So where do we
go?
But
most people can't even set that as you like.
Yeah.
You know, a new artist can't be like, I can't
like
wait
such
to
an
get.
Asshole.
You don't. You know it. Like
you know how it works.
Yeah.
Can you explain the title of the EP, because it's my favorite
thing. Yes.
I love it.
You guys both know it then, yeah.
But
so, for those listening who don't know.
It's so good.
I was saying it.
It gives me chills.
It gives you
on
chills?
Tour.
I'll explain to you why it should give you anxiety and nausea and self-loathing.
It gives me a lot. It's just like it's
already so many emotions.
It's so many things.
Okay, go ahead.
Sorry
There's No One New Around You is the end of Tinder, which when I was on tour and trying to be like, does anyone know what There's No One Around You is? No one knew, which I was like,
the end of Tinder meaning you can get to a point on Tinder when you've swiped so much
that
Tinder literally says to you, there's no one left in your universe for you to talk to.
And how long does like this bubble that like goes in and out, and it's just like this like circulating bubble that's like womp 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 womp. So there's no one around you.
It should have that effect.
It should. My first promo stuff I had doing that too, and it was like text messages, like a Tinder conversation with like lyrics. And yeah, and the CD, the CD, the actual disc is those circles going in and out from the circle.
That's amazing.
But
how long does
it take? Is it like send you a bottle of whiskey when you get that on Tinder?
Yeah.
It's like, but here's your consolation.
Yes. No, I just was really drunk one night, and I got home and it happened, and I was like, I mean, granted, like my radius is like was set super low, and like I am gay, so it's like already like limited. Well, I guess it's Brooklyn, but I mean it's still small, and the radius thing. So and I saw it. There's no one new around you, and I read it, and I was like, that's actually like kind of beautiful if you take it off this Tinder screen.
Yes, it is.
And it was how I was feeling towards the other person. I was like, you're just being an asshole because there's no one new around you besides me to be an asshole to. So I was like, that's cool. I'm going to name the record that. And then I did.
That's awesome.
And then I named the remix EP Use Passport to Choose New Location.
Yeah.
Which is the thing that says after. It says there's no one new around you. Use Passport to choose a new location.
Like not your actual passport. Like
no, it's passport in the iPhone.
Okay.
And I was like, that's cool because it's like a new direction. It's like a new direction for the EP. And
it's just tying together all.
Yeah, it's so cohesive.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
All right, so you're playing the Hot 100 Music Fest next weekend.
Woo-hoo.
Jones Beach, baby.
Yes.
Have you played a festival before?
I played Wicker Park Festival in Chicago
That's cool.
earlier in late July. It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was like a local festival. Like Sales was on after us and Guided by Voices was headlining.
Oh, wow.
And Turquoise Jeep.
Throwback.
Does anyone know Turquoise Jeep?
Smash a man.
What
is it?
Oh my God.
Do I know
Smang
It
it.
was incredible. Let me smang it, girl.
Smash it and bang.
Let me smang it, girl.
Do not
You
remember
have
that.
to see
Coach
it.
Adele's plays a lot with Turquoise Jeep.
Oh, really?
They revived my faith in the music industry. They were incredible.
Why do you
They
say
were
the industry?
Unbelievable.
Why?
Or no, maybe not that, but they are my bandmate was they are a reminder that this is about entertainment.
Right.
And they were
They're entertainers.
so entertaining and so in character. Or maybe that's really how they are. I can't tell, but it was
Seems like
absolutely insane. I will forever go see them if they're coming back to New York or
That's
anywhere.
amazing.
They were absolutely
That's
incredible.
great.
That's cool.
But yes, you have to look them up after this.
Yeah, I will.
It is
Smang it,
hilarious.
girl.
Smash
Well,
it.
And bang.
They
At
are
our
just,
festival, you're going to be playing with Demi Lovato and Major Lazer.
yeah.
So there's some
Also
diversity in the
entertainers,
lineup.
I guess.
Are you going to be there?
Yeah.
Amazing.
You can come, Dar.
Okay.
I'll give you a ticket.
Thanks.
Come watch Pronoun.
Yes.
You probably enjoy that show more than
Yeah.
a lot of the other ones. It's not all your kind of music. Yeah.
I don't discriminate, but
What
yes,
is
I'm
that?
excited.
I know.
Really?
What's a genre? It's all just noise.
It's all just
It's all just pop.
pronouns.
Yeah.
If
Is
you're
it
not
all
playing,
just pop?
if you're playing
Is
a
that a
festival, it's
theory?
pop music, pretty much.
Yeah, it's
even
true.
if it's metal, it's still pop metal.
Because it's popular.
Mm.
Boom. All right.
No, that'll be super fun. I've never been to this festival at all. So I have never really gone to festivals. I went to Firefly
They're
for the first time this
exhausting.
year. Oh my God, it's
It is
horrible. It
exhausting.
was absolute
Yeah.
hell.
I heard Firefly's nice.
It's just I don't do drugs at all. So, and I get tired really easily and I'm broke.
Yeah, I think you have to do drugs to not realize how tired you
Yes.
are. And
Yes.
hot or rained on or mosquito bitten or whatever else is happening.
So weird. And
just feel
watching I went there because my guitarist is in a Blink-182 cover band
Oh, yeah.
called Dude Ranch and the Girl at the Rock Show.
It's so funny.
And
I've heard of them. They played.
they were
They did
playing-
a parking lot show or something. There?
they did
Is
the
that right?
camping one.
Camping,
There's
okay,
those
okay,
two.
okay.
There's north and south camping stages. So they did that, and they got free VIP passes. And I had a ton of days to take off work, and they were about to expire. So I was like, let's just go. My sister will come with me. She'd love to go.
Yeah.
And I was like, plus it's free. And it's no, it's not. You have to rent a car, and you have to buy a parking space, and you have to buy a tent, and you have to pay for everything while you're there. You just wait in shorter lines. It was so confusing. It was horrible. You
Yeah.
couldn't shower. Felt disgusting. And it's funny, watching, I saw this, a bunch of other, I'm not going to, name names because I don't want to, but, musicians, smaller musicians that were there, playing, some of the smaller things, and you just watch them watching, amazing headliners, and they're no one's watching the music. Why are people coming to this festival?
Yeah.
No one's even watching.
Yeah, it's a curious
totally.
thing.
Everyone's just talking. Or,
Yes, exactly.
It's very confusing. It's and they all paid to be here.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah,
an
it's not cheap to
experience
go to a
thing.
festival.
No, not at all.
The whole thing, yeah. Well, at Hot 100, you'll get the royal treatment. You won't have to deal with any of that bullshit.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I'll see to it.
Is Jones
tell
Beach
Joe.
dry? Do we know? I heard from someone that it's dry.
No.
Cool.
I'm looking at Justin Katz. He wouldn't lie to me.
Can you
Katz
imagine?
to Katz.
Can you imagine a dry festival?
No, it's not
I think
dry.
it used to be, or at least the
Something
Jones
bad
Beach
happened there
arena
once.
used to be dry.
Yes.
But it is not anymore.
Now it's
Would
very
not
wet.
Sweet.
Go well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was what am I going to do?
But that's the other thing. To get a beer at one of these things is just a nightmare.
Yeah.
You gotta flask
So
it.
over it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I'm not endorsing
You heard it
drugs
here
or flasks.
Sneak alcohol into our
I'm just
festival.
in character, guys. These are not real recommendations. Be good, kids. All right. Thank you for coming on the show. This
Yeah,
was awesome.
thank you for having me.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
seriously.
Beautiful EP.
Thank you.
So, guys, check out the EP. on the Spotify or any other place where it be found?
Apple Music, vinyl, it's in CD stores. I don't know. It's in
record stores?
It's like in Rough Trade. I'm sure other record stores. That's the only one I know here.
Who else? Yeah, what other?
I don't think there are any. Rest in peace, other music.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And we look forward to the next life-altering thing that happens to you that produces another beautiful album.
Me too.
I want to say maybe it'll be a happier
I was going to say
thing,
basketball, is that your next? And then you'll just write a record about my new career.
Reintroducing myself to basketball.
Yeah. Let's play a game in Maria Hernandez Park.
Yeah. I say that I'm going to do that every weekend, and I never
There we go.
So.
It's on.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you.
Just 'cause you can think straight, I gotta keep on my head